What's going on, kings and queens? It's your boy Willis Bless, back with another episode of Secret Sauce Podcast, the ingredients of the underdogs. Listen to me. This dude don't need no introduction, man. This is the dude that's changed my life, man. Like, literally, I remember this dude was like, yo, you need to start a coaching program. I was like, nah, I ain't doing no coaching program. I just want to speak. He's like, nah, you need to do it. I was like, nah, bro. He's like, bro, do it. He's like, matter of fact, don't even worry about it. I'm going to front all the money to do the funnel. I'm going to front everybody to do it. And he did everything. I promise you, literally, man. We went crazy ever since. So I just want to give you that acknowledgement while you're here, bro. But, man, for the people that don't know, Philip AK, talk to him, man. Let him know who you are and what you do, fam.
Again, hey, my name is Philip AK, and pretty much I'm a business coach, and me and my team, we also help entrepreneurs get access to 50+ K in business capital, business funding. Yep. And Will just said, we helped them put his coaching program together. We also have a team for that. Yeah. But yeah. All right, that's man. Pretty much.
Well, this is gonna be a spicy one, right? So, Phil, let's start here, man. How did you get into credit, man? Talk to the people.
Credit. So it goes back to when I was 19. I was saying this story a little bit earlier. Yep. So it goes way back to when I was 19. Just coming out of jail, bailing myself out. I end up in there from living a life in the streets, selling drugs and doing all types of crazy stuff. Yep. I never necessarily knew what credit was during that time until I had an introduction to it. One day walking into a phone store, looking to purchase a phone. I was fresh out of jail, just bailed myself out. I had a little bit of money left, but I had no phone, so I needed one. Yeah. Walked in there. So as soon as I go into the phone store, I approach the counter. Salesperson comes up to me. He asks me just one question that will pretty much ultimately change my life. He says, hey, do you know what your credit score is? And I have the answer for him, like, credit, like, what exactly is that? Like, mind you, at the time, I'm a 19-year-old boy, who's born to immigrant Nigerian. So I'm a first generation American. Yeah. And everything we used to do, we paid everything cash. So I was clueless, right? So he said, okay, so pretty much, hey, so we're going to run your credit score. We're going to see if you have a good credit score. If you do, you can pretty much walk out of the store with this phone for free. All you have to do is pay taxes. I said, word, okay. I gave him my information so he can go ahead and run my score. And it was during that time where that was my introduction to credit. He ran my score. He told me, okay, you actually have a good credit score, which normally doesn't happen, by the way. Mind you, I don't know what credit is, never used my credit in my life. Yeah. And here I am. I'm literally starting off at like 680. You get what I'm saying? So I really don't, to this day, I really don't know how it happened. I really don't. Because most people start off with nothing, a zero score, or most people will start off bad because maybe their parents used up their score while those kids put on that light bill, that gas bill.
That's me.
And hold on, here's a hack for the parents doing that to their kids. Just start an LLC and use your EIN.
Hey,
don't be using your kid's social security number to apply for stuff. Just use the EIN for that.
Yeah. What's going on, kings and queens? It's your boy Willis Blessed here. Listen to me. It took me 5+ years to be able to land my first paid talk. And I'm going to tell you why. Two reasons only. Number one, I didn't have a mentor. And number two, I didn't understand how to effectively package what I do. But for you, we already expedited success for you. All you have to do is do the work and execute at a high level. As long as you do that, I promise you, you're going to get you to the next level. So pretty much what we're going to do for y'all, we're going to give you the exact email templates that we use, our 5-figure email templates to land high paid speaking engagements. Not only that, we're going to give you a contract template. My biggest issue when I first started, y'all, I didn't know who to reach out to. And then when I knew who to reach out to, I didn't know what to say. We're going to take care of that for you. Then we're also going to give you a done for you speaker sheet, okay? Literally, you're going to take this, use it as marketing material, and then you're going to get access to my 3-day replay of Communication to Currency Challenge, where we're going to show you how to craft your message, package your message, but most importantly, how to generate from your message. Click the link below. I'll see you on the inside.
So pretty much after getting that introduction, that's when the light bulb went in my head. He came back with the news saying, hey, you got that good score. All you got to do is pay taxes. At the time, it was like $50. I paid that $50, got that phone, rushed out of there, and drove all the way home. And started researching what credit was, like what the scores meant, how I can leverage it. And that took me down a deep rabbit hole, just straight researching about it. And in my research, pretty much became for me, it became like the missing piece to building wealth. It literally opened up like a gateway of opportunities, because a lot of people don't understand this one thing. If we look at all these different platforms we be on every single day, all of them exist because they raise money. Majority of businesses, especially the big ones we know today, they don't expect to see a profit until their 5th year.
Come on.
So just imagine you're a small business owner, you working hard, you grinding, you in love with your business, whatever case may be. You might think you're actually failing because you're not seeing a profit.
Yeah.
But a lot of these big businesses you see today, they don't see a profit to their 5th year or beyond. Most of them have 10+ year plans, and they're raising money from investors, venture capital, and all these different type of resources, right? In order for them to get their business up and running and going, and in order for it to be what it is today. So that's a missing link, a missing piece a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners don't really understand. So if you're in a position where you don't have the rich uncle, right? You don't have the rich family member. You don't have friends or family that can help you put the money together. Like, credit could literally be one of your best friends. Let me tell you, it can be that rich uncle that's in your pocket. All those business ideas, those thoughts you have, you can leverage that to literally take advantage of those opportunities. And I was talking to somebody earlier today about how, like, for me at 23 years old, I remember literally like being able to leverage my credit to buy a rental property for just $700.
Yeah, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Back that up like juvenile for the 9-9.
Right.
Say that again.
And let me break. That's what, man. When they say information can truly change your situation, man, it's not just a saying, right? Being able to just research and understand how real estate loans, investment property loans work, I was able to put myself in a position where, I found a good deal, got the ugliest house on the block, and pretty much I negotiated a good price point for the house and stuff like that, and I was able to take advantage of some grants on top of that during the time. I remember getting like a $7,000 grant that went towards closing costs and stuff like that. But the way I positioned the situation, and of course having that good credit score, I was able to literally purchase that rental property for $700. Within the very first month, I actually made that money back. So essentially, I don't know if you could say that property was actually free. But I remember like it was yesterday, I'll say we probably paid like about $135,000 for that house, and to this day, that same house, I still own it, is worth about $450,000. So that's over $320,000 more than what I even paid for it. So that's the power of credit. I couldn't do that with my own cash. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I be trying to get people to understand, like, take your credit seriously. Like, if you have a bad credit score, do something about it, right? You need to take that seriously, because there's so many opportunities you can take advantage of, right? And again, I'm going to say it again. It's like that rich uncle that's in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one way.
Okay.
Now,
so we're going to do this 2 ways, right? So we maybe have somebody on here where their credit score is leaning on grace, right? So what can that individual do to help them out? Talk to that.
All right, so there's 2 things you can do, right? And I'm more on the side of delegation. You
God.
feel me? Yeah. I'm that person who likes to try to figure everything out myself and stuff like that. Yeah. I'd rather just hire somebody to do this, right? But if you must do it yourself, actually in this space, doing it yourself might even cost you more money versus just hiring that expert to do it for you. So if you're somebody who has a bad credit score right now, I want you to do the very first thing I want you to do is make a commitment. Right? Make a commitment to fix your credit no matter how long it takes. Because what I see is people be expecting results in like 2-3 months, but it took them like 5 years to ruin their credit. You get what I'm saying? Like they ain't willing to wait the 12 months for it to get back where it needs to be. They ain't willing to wait even 2 years. So you gotta make that commitment. Like, no matter what, like from now on, you're gonna be responsible. You're gonna take care of your credit. You're gonna make sure you build it up. You're gonna fix it, whatever case may be. You're gonna go through the process, and you ain't gonna stop until you get the results that you want to see. Like, you gotta make that commitment. That's the very first thing. Number 2. If you must do it yourself, I recommend using the software. Like, one of the softwares I like a lot is called Metro 2 Phenom. I know that's this guy Dion Copeland's his software. He owns that. So that's a black owned software. So shout out to him. It's a credit repair software that uses AI. What I'll say is it takes all the heavy lifting from you. Like, so you can be somebody that don't know too much about credit repair and go in, and the AI will do most of the work once you learn how to use the software. But what I would say is it can cost more doing it yourself, in the sense of the software starts at like $150 a month, and then you still got to pay mail costs that can run you an extra 100. So you're looking at maybe $250 a month or such, or whatever the case may be. So most times it can cost the same exact amount to have an expert do it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Or sometimes even less to have the expert do it. And most experts actually use that software. It's a dope software. That's a crazy thing. So you're getting the same results. So but either way, one of the things you want to do is fix your credit. And one thing I want you to know is, because some of you might be like, hey, this stuff on my credit, I know I owe this money, this and that. With this software, it attacks something called like Metro 2 compliance, like compliance standards. So it doesn't necessarily matter if what's on your credit is accurate or true. It matters more if the credit bureaus and the creditors follow those compliance standards. Because if they didn't, they have to remove those negative items off your credit report. You get what I'm saying? So that's how we're able to literally help people get bankruptcies removed off their credit, child support removed off their credit, collections, any negative item you can think of, regardless if it's true or not. I'm not saying, and this is one that I like to make clear to people, when you go through credit repair, it does not mean you don't owe the money. You get what I'm saying? Let's make that clear.
Pay that money back.
It's still like a Band-Aid, but you still owe that money. It might help put you in a position where you can take advantage of opportunities, but it does not mean the debt disappears. So if you got 10,000 collection, you get that off your credit, praise God, but you still owe that 10,000. You get what I'm saying? So it's up to you. If you got the funds that you can negotiate and pay them back, and that's the most ethical thing you can actually do. Just if you know you owe it, pay them back. But the software is kind of like a Band-Aid. Credit repair is like a Band-Aid. It'll clean up your report, put you in position where you can start taking advantage of those opportunities as somebody who would have that good credit score. So, so those are some things that I would recommend.
Hey, my boy in his bag, man. So as we land the plane, right, I want you to give one ingredient to an underdog right now that may be discouraged about their credit, right? They're like, man, like, Phil, I hear what you're saying. It's just been difficult. I'm trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. I ain't got no breathing room. I'm getting attacked from the north, east, south, and the west. Like, I feel like I got a python around me. Like, I can't breathe. What would be some words of advice? What would be that ingredient that you would give to that underdog right now?
So one thing I would definitely say, like, to somebody who's very concerned about the credit right now, they feel like they don't got breathing room or they can't pay this stuff back. Yeah. I would say, like, bankruptcy is an option. I wouldn't personally recommend bankruptcy because it can take a long time to get off your credit, and it can hurt you your first 3 years of having it and stop you from getting opportunities. But if it's really that serious, it's an option. But I also would say, like, for that person, that individual, definitely never give up on your credit. Protect your credit however much you can. If you got the ability to, you might not have breathing room, but if you got the ability to stay current on those accounts, stay current. Try to focus more on, like, thinking of ways you can make more revenue. Like, how can you, at this moment, make more?
Come on.
You get what I'm saying? Like, what are some things you can do? Maybe that's getting another part-time job to help you have that breathing room. Or maybe that's, like, taking your business more seriously, and, like, scaling it up. So I recommend anybody, like, don't let your credit get bad if it's not bad. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't get the bankruptcy if you don't have to. Protect your credit for sure. Take it seriously, especially if you're somebody who does not have, like, rich family, like, you can raise money from. But if you do have bad credit, all is not lost. I've helped people get funding without credit. You get what I'm saying? Including real estate loans. You get what I'm saying? Without using credit at all. There's always a way. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, depending on what industry you're in, there's always a way. If you're somebody who's like, hey, I want to go through the process and stuff like that, learn how to raise money. So if you don't have friends and family you can raise money from, learn how to go out there and raise money from strangers. Yeah. And that includes being on stage, public speaking, learning how to sell. This is all the things you really will need to know and master when you're going out there trying to raise money. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes when you have an expertise, you have value that you bring to the table, you necessarily won't always need that credit. You can leverage that to get the funds and the backing you need for you to do your next deal or your next whatever case may be. Just think about, like, a lot of CEOs like Mark Zuckerberg or who's the other one? We got Elon Musk, all these people who raise money to start their companies, they didn't necessarily need credit. So you got to pick a struggle. You got to know if you want to get in this game of business. I'm not saying you can't make it without credit or funding, because you can. I personally was able to, generate a good amount of money without credit at one point. So I would say, like, credit makes the process a lot easier. It can accelerate the process. I always say it's like adding gasoline to a fire. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you have something that works, credit is just gonna, like, having those extra funds to fuel whatever that thing is that works. Yeah. Credit is just gonna 10x that. It's gonna help that out a lot. So, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They've sent back like, praise God, right? So, man, bro, let the people know where they can find you at, and how they can connect with you, bro.
Again, you can find me at Philip AK 418 on all social media platforms: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, on Facebook, Philip Akinsulari. You can find me on there, and from there, I'll say, or you can also go to the 100kfasttrack.com. When you go to that, there's like a free video there that will pretty much break down the process of how you can get started on your journey. So that's another thing you can go ahead and do. So. Yeah.
Let's go. Listen to me, man. You heard what he said. Let's get it. Let's grow. Fix that credit. Let's be great.
For sure. Let's go.